Imagine you've heard this 1,000 times. Just walk every day. Yes, walking is great. No one can deny that it's one of the simplest and most natural ways to keep the body active. But what if I told you there's something even better for your legs, your heart, your balance, and even your brain? A movement so simple it can be done in your living room. No special shoes, no gym, no equipment, and not a cent spent. This exercise is called marching, and believe me, once you start doing it, you'll wonder why no one told you about it sooner. Marching seems simple, almost childlike, but its effects on the body of someone over 60 are deeply transformative. Contrary to what many people think, walking is not always the safest or most complete option. Marching, or lifting your knees alternately in place, can actually be more effective. This movement activates muscles that regular walking often overlooks, and it also trains balance and coordination in ways that walking simply does not. But there's an important detail. If you only hear part of this explanation, or do the exercise incorrectly, you may not get the benefits. Or worse, you could stress your joints. That's because half knowledge can be dangerous, especially for older adults trying to stay active. So pay attention to each step, each tip, and follow through to the end. Marching is not just about lifting your knees. It's a smart, gentle, and powerful exercise that strengthens hips, thighs, core, and even improves blood flow to the brain. It also helps stabilize the body and prevent falls, a very real concern after age 60. Best of all, it's easy on the joints. If walking leaves you tired, if you feel unsafe leaving the house, or if you get knee pain after just a few blocks, this exercise might be your secret to feeling young again. Researchers from the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that seniors who practiced knee lift marching 3 times a week showed significant improvements in leg strength, balance, and gait stability in just 8 weeks. That's right, results were already visible in 2 months. Another study, published in the Geriatric Physical Therapy Journal, compared traditional walking with in-place marching. Both groups showed improvements in cardiovascular health, but marching showed a sharper increase in activation of the hip flexors and thigh muscles, the same ones that help prevent falls. To give you an idea, even NASA uses marching exercises to help astronauts regain leg strength after space missions. That's because it's one of the most efficient methods to retrain balance and coordination without overloading the body. In other words, we're talking about a simple movement that is scientifically proven to be one of the best practices for functional longevity. And to show how real this is, let me share a story. James, a retired teacher from Ohio, was 74 years old. For most of his life, he walked around his neighborhood every morning. It was a habit that made him feel alive. But one harsh winter, he slipped on ice and hurt his knee. After that, he became afraid to leave the house. "I just didn't feel steady," he said. Time passed, and he stopped walking. First for a few weeks, then for months. His legs started to weaken. Simple activities like getting out of his chair became a challenge. His daughter, concerned, consulted a local physical therapist. Before I teach you the step-by-step, I have a question. What country are you watching this video from, and how old are you? Write it in the comments. I love knowing where our strong, determined community of people aging well is from. Now let's get to the exercise. Step 1. Find a safe space. Stand behind a sturdy chair or near a wall for support if needed. The area around you should allow free movement with no obstacles. Step 2. Adjust your posture. Stand tall, gently pull your shoulders back, look forward, and lightly engage your core, as if zipping up your torso. This core activation is essential for protecting your spine and stabilizing the movement. Step 3. Start slow. Lift your right knee up to waist height, or as high as feels comfortable, then lower it gently. Then do the same with your left leg. That's marching. The idea is to keep alternating the movement without rushing, always respecting your body. Step 4. Find your rhythm. Marching is like moving to the beat of music. Inhale as your knee comes up and exhale as it goes down. Let your arms swing naturally by your sides, or hold onto the chair for balance if needed. Step 5. Build a routine. If you're a beginner, start with 30 seconds of marching. Rest and repeat twice. If you have a bit more experience, do 3 sets of 1 minute, with 30-second breaks in between. And if you're in good shape, try marching for 5 continuous minutes, then take a break and repeat up to 3 times a day. You can do this while watching TV, listening to music, or even during commercials. It's easy to fit this practice into your daily routine. There's also a modified version, seated marching. If standing is difficult, sit upright in a sturdy chair and lift your knees alternately. Keep your back straight and avoid leaning back. This seated version still works your hips, thighs, and core, ideal for those with balance issues. Now that you know how to march correctly, it's important to understand why it's so powerful and what happens inside your body when you practice it regularly. Many people think that after 60, there's not much that can be done to regain strength or balance, but that's not true. The human body is incredibly adaptable at any age. With each step you take, or in this case, each marching movement, your muscles, joints, and nervous system are communicating in precise ways. When you lift your knee, you activate the muscles of your hips, thighs, and abdomen. When your foot returns to the ground, your tendons and ligaments work together to stabilize the movement. All of this sends signals to the brain, reinforcing neural connections related to coordination and balance. Over time, many of these connections weaken simply due to lack of use. And this is where marching becomes a powerful ally. It reactivates motor circuits that were asleep. Studies show that coordinated exercises like marching increase activity in the cerebellum, the part of the brain responsible for balance and movement precision. In other words, each step is training not just for the body, but for the brain as well. And this has a direct effect on fall prevention, one of the main causes of hospitalization in older adults. What's most impressive is that, unlike more intense exercises, marching doesn't require impact or excessive strength. Another point worth highlighting is marching's impact on cardiovascular health. During the movement, the heart pumps blood more efficiently, increasing flow to the extremities and helping oxygenate the tissues. This reduces vessel stiffness and improves blood pressure, according to studies published by the American Heart Association. In addition, the gentle lifting of the knees and rhythmic movement of the arms help activate lymphatic circulation, which supports the elimination of toxins. In other words, you strengthen your immune system and naturally reduce bloating. And the best part? All of this happens gently, without making you feel exhausted. It's an exercise that respects the natural pace of aging, yet still delivers deep transformations. I remember another story that illustrates this perfectly. Maria, 68, from São Paulo, suffered from knee pain and had great difficulty walking long distances. Her doctor had recommended light walking, but she always came home in pain. One day, a friend who watched physical therapy videos showed her the marching exercise. Skeptical at first, Maria started with just 1 minute per day, holding onto the back of a chair. After 2 weeks, she noticed the pain had eased. After a month, she realized she could climb stairs more confidently and her legs felt lighter. Today, she marches 15 minutes a day, split between morning and afternoon, and says she's never felt so confident. "I thought my legs were doomed to hurt forever, but this marching changed everything," she said. Stories like Maria's are becoming more and more common. Science confirms what she experienced. Marching activates the stabilizing muscles, the first ones to weaken over time. These muscles, especially those in the hips, core, and ankles, act like shock absorbers that help keep the body balanced. When trained, the risk of falling drops dramatically. Another interesting factor is the positive effect of marching on mood and mental health. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that rhythmic exercises like marching increase the production of serotonin and dopamine, neurotransmitters linked to a sense of well-being. In other words, the more you march, the more your body lights up the happiness circuits. People who march daily report better sleep, less anxiety, and greater mental clarity. It's almost as if each step also clears the mind. And there's another benefit few people mention: core strengthening. The core, the center of the body, is the group of muscles that includes the abdomen, back, and pelvis. And you know what else? It also helps preserve muscle mass. After age 60, the body naturally begins to lose about 1% of muscle mass per year, a process known as sarcopenia. This loss is one of the main causes of weakness and mobility issues. The good news is that simple exercises like marching can stop this process. By activating slow-twitch muscle fibers, marching stimulates muscle growth and regeneration, even in sedentary people. A study conducted by the University of Birmingham found that seniors who performed knee-lifting movements for just 10 minutes a day increased leg strength by up to 15% in 12 weeks. That's a remarkable result for something so simple. And there's more. Marching also improves bone density. When you lift your knees and plant your feet, you generate small loads that stimulate new bone tissue formation. This helps prevent osteoporosis, which affects millions of people over 60. The exercise creates a virtuous cycle. The more you move, the stronger your body becomes. And as the body gets stronger, movement becomes easier, and the fear of moving disappears. That self-confidence may be the greatest benefit of all. Many older adults stop going out not because of weakness, but because they're afraid of falling. Marching breaks that cycle, restoring a sense of security with each step. Now imagine, if a simple movement can reverse so many issues, why not start today? It's just a matter of decision. There's no ideal time, and no excuses. One of the biggest advantages of marching is its versatility. It can be adapted to anyone, at any level of physical ability. If you're just starting out, you can do it slowly and gently with support. But if you already practice some form of physical activity, you can intensify the movement, increase the time, and even combine variations that target different parts of the body. This is one of the reasons why physical therapists, cardiologists, and geriatricians around the world recommend it so highly. It's an exercise that adapts to your body, your pace, and your needs, and all of it in a simple and safe way. An excellent variation for those who already feel confident is high knee marching. In this version, you try to lift your knee up to hip level while keeping your core firm and your torso upright. This movement intensifies the work of the hip flexors and abdominal muscles, in addition to improving pelvic mobility. Another powerful variation is alternating touch marching. When you lift your right knee, gently touch it with your left hand and vice versa. This small cross movement activates the body diagonally, stimulating the brain to coordinate both hemispheres, an excellent cognitive workout that helps with focus and mental agility. Marching with cross-body movement is like giving your brain a reboot, reigniting connections that control posture and quick reactions. There's also sidestepping march, ideal for those who want to improve hip stability. In this case, you march a few steps to the right and then to the left, always keeping your body upright and your core engaged. The important thing is to keep the movement continuous and maintain a steady breathing rhythm. Over time, as confidence grows, the support can be gradually reduced. And for those days when your body feels tired or your energy is low, there's also the seated march version. This format is ideal for those with limited mobility, knee pain, or balance problems. Sitting on a sturdy chair with your back straight, you lift one knee at a time, simulating the marching motion. Even without standing, the thigh and abdominal muscles are still engaged, plus it improves circulation in the legs and prevents swelling. To further enhance the results, it's essential to learn how to breathe properly during marching. Breathing is what sets the rhythm for the body and connects movement to the mind. Inhale slowly through your nose as you lift your knee, and exhale through your mouth as you lower the leg. This breathing pattern helps maintain focus, reduces tension, and increases oxygen flow to the muscles. Additionally, mindful breathing stimulates the parasympathetic system, which is responsible for the sensation of calm and relaxation, reducing stress and lowering blood pressure. Consistency is another key factor. The secret to marching isn't intensity, but regularity. It's better to march for 5 minutes every day than to do a long session once a week. Daily practice builds what physiologists call motor memory. This means the body begins to perform the movement automatically, without requiring much mental effort. This automatization improves balance and confidence, two crucial factors for those who want to age with independence. That's because the brain synchronizes movement with rhythm, making the exercise more fluid and natural. Choose music with a beat between 100 and 120 beats per minute, which mimics the pace of a light walk. This cadence keeps the movement steady and enjoyable. But pay attention. Even though it's simple, marching requires some basic precautions to avoid discomfort. Wear comfortable shoes with a firm, non-slip sole. Avoid slippery surfaces and keep the area well lit. If you feel dizzy, short of breath, or in pain, stop immediately and sit down. Exercise should always be your ally, never a source of strain. Now, to understand why marching is better than walking in many ways, we need to look at the type of muscle movement involved. During walking, the main effort falls on the calf muscles and the lower legs. In marching, with the knee lift, the hip, abdominal, and thigh muscles are activated. And these are exactly the muscle groups that lose the most strength with aging. These muscles are essential for getting up from a chair, climbing stairs, and maintaining balance when changing direction. That's why strengthening this area has a direct impact on quality of life. In addition, the rhythmic repetition of marching helps train the vestibular system, which is responsible for the inner ear's sense of balance. This explains why people who march regularly report less dizziness and greater stability when walking. It's a kind of body re-education, done naturally and without excessive effort. An interesting aspect is that marching also activates neurogenesis, the process of creating new brain cells. Recent studies from Stanford University have shown that light rhythmic exercises increase blood flow to the hippocampus, the area responsible for memory and learning. This means that while you're marching, you're not just strengthening your legs, you're literally rejuvenating your brain. When we talk about healthy aging, there are three fundamental pillars that support vitality: a strong heart, body balance, and mental health. And marching, although it seems simple, is one of the few activities that works on all three at the same time. Let's start with the heart. During marching, the leg muscles require more oxygen, which causes the heart to pump blood more forcefully and efficiently. This strengthens the heart muscle and improves circulation. Oxygen-rich blood reaches the organs faster, which helps the body eliminate toxins and keep blood pressure under control. Studies from the National Institute on Aging show that people over 60 who do light resistance exercises, such as marching, for 20 minutes a day have a 30% lower risk of developing heart disease. This happens because exercise improves the elasticity of blood vessels and reduces chronic inflammation, one of the main causes of high blood pressure. Moreover, marching increases the production of nitric oxide, a natural substance that dilates blood vessels and improves blood flow. It's as if the body opens wider roads so the heart can work with less effort. And the beauty of it lies in the fact that this improvement comes without exhaustion, without the need for equipment, and without painful joint impact. People who tire easily during long walks or have leg pain find in marching an efficient and safe alternative. Another notable benefit is improved balance. Balance depends on three systems: the vestibular, in the inner ear, the visual, and the proprioceptive body awareness. When you march, these systems work together. The brain needs to calculate the body's position, coordinate leg movements, and adjust the center of gravity. Each step is a small challenge that trains the body to stabilize itself. And the more you practice, the more the nervous system learns to react quickly in real-life situations, like tripping or walking on uneven surfaces. That's why many older adults who practice marching report fewer falls and greater confidence while walking. A study published in the Journal of Gerontology followed 400 elderly people over 6 months and found that marching increased the body's reaction capacity in situations of imbalance by 40%. This means that when someone stumbles, they are more likely to recover and avoid falling. This agility comes from strengthening, stabilizing muscles and improving coordination. But what many forget is that balance is not only physical, it's also mental. And this is where marching shows another surprising power. It improves mood, memory, and even mental clarity. When you march, the brain releases endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin, substances responsible for the sensation of pleasure and well-being. They act as natural antidepressants, reducing anxiety and stress. Additionally, marching stimulates blood flow to the brain, which improves oxygenation and promotes the formation of new neural connections. That's why so many elderly people report feeling lighter, with a clear mind, and happier after practicing. Another benefit of marching is improved posture. By strengthening the abdomen and back, the body begins to align better, reducing pressure on the spine. This gradually corrects posture issues and helps improve breathing. An upright posture also has a psychological effect. It increases self-confidence and the sense of youthfulness. There's even a phrase used by physiologists: marching awakens postural memory. This means the body starts to remember what it's like to move with lightness and confidence. It's a return to natural movement. Additionally, there's the emotional impact. Many people report that after a few weeks of practice, they begin to feel genuine joy during the exercise. This happens because the brain associates movement with the pleasure of overcoming a challenge. Each session is a small victory. Each step is proof that there is still strength, control, and vitality. This feeling is essential for those who want to age with optimism. And the best part is that marching can be done anywhere. Indoors, in the backyard, in the hallway, on the balcony. All you need is enough space to lift one foot at a time. Even on rainy, cold, or extremely hot days, it's still possible. This eliminates one of the biggest barriers to physical activity: the lack of a suitable environment. Another area greatly benefited by marching is digestion. The movement of the torso and abdomen stimulates the gastrointestinal tract, promoting the elimination of gas and the absorption of nutrients. Many elderly people who suffered from constipation report significant improvements after a few weeks of practice. And as a bonus, metabolism also speeds up. Even though marching doesn't burn as many calories as running, it activates the body enough to keep metabolism functioning, helping control weight and cholesterol. That's why many experts call marching a complete medicine. It works the muscles, heart, lungs, brain, intestines, and even mood, all in a gentle, natural, and enjoyable way. To maintain the habit long-term, it's important to create an environment that encourages practice. Choose a set time, preferably in the morning, when the body is more receptive and the mind is still clear. Wear comfortable clothes, sturdy shoes, and keep the space well lit and ventilated. If you want, play calm or rhythmic music to help you find the right pace. Some people prefer nature sounds like ocean waves or bird song, as they help create a feeling of lightness and well-being. Another key is to set small goals. Don't try to do everything at once. Start with just a few minutes and celebrate each bit of progress. If today you manage to march for 3 minutes without stopping, that's already a victory. If in 2 weeks you can do 10, that's an even bigger achievement. The body and brain love rewards, and recognizing your own progress is the best way to reinforce the habit. A great idea is to keep a simple journal, noting how you feel before and after marching. In a short time, you'll notice a pattern: more energy, less pain, better mood. This record builds an emotional connection with the exercise, making it part of your identity. It's no longer something you need to do, but something you are. You become an active, confident person with control over your own body. And that is liberating. And the best part is that there is no age to start. Even those who haven't exercised in years can begin today, right now, one step at a time. The body always responds. It just needs an invitation. And that invitation begins when you decide to stand up and move with intention. Marching is a reminder that youth is not a phase, it's an attitude. Chronological age is just a number. What truly defines vitality is how much you keep your body in motion. Every step you take today is an investment in more days of freedom in the future. Picture yourself 6 months from now, with stronger legs, stable balance, and renewed energy. Imagine waking up without pain, climbing stairs effortlessly, and walking confidently down the street. All of this is possible, and the first step is simple. Stand up and march. There are no excuses, no limitations that can stop movement when it comes from the desire to live better. Remember, marching doesn't require perfection, just presence. Even on hard days, do a few seconds. It's enough to keep the flame alive. And if there are days when your body asks for rest, rest without guilt. The secret lies in consistency, not rigidity. Aging healthily is the sum of small actions repeated with love and awareness. And marching is one of those actions. A gentle step, a deep breath, a light smile. It's the kind of exercise that not only strengthens the body, but also nourishes the soul. When you finish each session, close your eyes for a few seconds and give thanks. Be grateful for the legs that support you, the heart that beats strongly, the lungs that breathe, and the life that still pulses within you. This moment of gratitude reinforces the bond between body and mind and turns the exercise into a ritual of renewal. And if at any moment doubt appears, if discouragement tries to stop you, remember all the stories you read here. Remember James, who started walking in the park again. Remember Maria, who overcame her pain. Remember Helena, who regained her active mind. They are not exceptions, they are living proof that it's possible to start over at any time. Science supports it, experience confirms it, and the body is thankful. Marching is the exercise of hope, balance, and inner strength. So make this commitment to yourself. Starting today, move every day, even if just for a few minutes. Marching is more than a physical movement. It is a declaration of life. And life, like marching, is made of rhythm, consistency, and purpose. Your best years are not behind you. They are here, right now, in the rhythm of your steps. Because every step forward is silent proof that there is still so much to live, to feel, and to be grateful for. So take a deep breath, straighten your posture, and begin. One step, then another, and another. Keep going. Marching is the simplest and most powerful way to remind the world and yourself that you are still here, strong, steady, and full of life.